guys, welcome back. Welcome to Friday, and not just any Friday, Black Friday. You know what that means? Well, it usually means that you open your eyes and the first thing that you see is an inbox full of discounts, and it probably started like Monday or something, and it's gonna keep going all the way until the end of the year. It's just black everything. Black every day, and then green Friday, and then orange Friday, and then whatever color you want, as long as you want to buy something on sale. And my God, makeup is no different. So what I'm doing today is one of my favorite things to do on an occasion such as this. It is called, my friends, an anti-haul. And there are plenty of people to whom I owe the gratitude and the credit for creating the anti-haul. Kimberly Clark being probably the most known to me, thanks to you guys, but as always, feel free to share down below your favorite anti-haulers because I love watching anti-hauls. But today, as usual, guys, I haven't done one of these in a while, we're going to be talking about all the things this Black Friday that I will not be buying. So let's jump in. So the first thing that I'm not going to be buying, and this should really surprise no one, the whole internet has been redeemed on him and his character, and that's totally fine. I do not dislike Jeffree Star. I do not feel any particular way about Jeffree Star. I also don't subscribe to his channel because I find him just uncomfortable to watch. He's just awkward. But anyway, I will not be buying his new Alien palette or any of the stuff that comes with it. Not necessarily because of the colors. I mean, I don't necessarily think that the colors are super useful in my life, but I don't know what this new thing is, guys. Like, what's going on where every company right now is just like, we want our packaging to be insane. Just insane. Just this big block of Polly Pocket. Like, I want you to open it up and have to look for the makeup because it's just this big block of plastic. And that Alien palette is no different. I mean, it is enormous. It looks like a giant alien emoji, and it's got, you know, a lot of shadows in it, but also there's just a lot of real estate in there that's like, I don't know, there's just something about his palettes in particular. He did that one weird, like, blood something, this, like, it looked like a vault, it looked like a handbag or something. I get it. Jeffree Star is extra. I am coming for the wrong person because he doesn't care what I think about the efficiency of his packaging, but he's not the only one doing it right now. BH Cosmetics has one of those, like, things that, you know, it's got like a shadow here and it's got shadows kind of coming out like spokes on a wheel around it. It's like a Zodiac thing. I mean, it's real. It's BH Cosmetics and it's Zodiac and it's targeted directly towards me. But again, I look at it and I'm just like, where's the makeup? This is just one big package. And Tarte's doing that. They have that stupid pineapple thing. Fenty's been doing it for a while where they just like put all of their, you know, eyeshadows and they're all cockeyed. I don't need some kind of newly invented shape of makeup in order to appreciate makeup or to pull the trigger on buying something. Lord knows, I don't need much of an excuse at all to pull the trigger on buying makeup, but these bulky palettes that don't actually, they're not filled with makeup. They're filled with empty real estate of plastic. And the Alien palette appeals to me on exactly 0 levels. And honestly, the biggest one is just kind of how embarrassingly gigantic that stupid palette is. So the next thing that I will not be spending my money on, probably because I don't actually have the money to spend on this, is the Sicily Cislea Le Tint. And it is a Sicily Foundation that, of course, got sent to me in a Beautylish email. They were just like, this is the greatest foundation in the world. You open it up and you're like, $170 for an ounce of foundation. What? Like, what's in it? Like a time machine? It is 8 shades of youthful radiant complexion now and forever. It's a luxury anti-aging foundation that evens tone, blurs imperfections instantly, and smooths, firms, and plumps skin over time with a lightweight, natural-looking finish. I firmly believe that the people who buy this foundation and write these reviews, they write the reviews just so that their friends will know that they spent $170. They're like, oh, $170 on a foundation, no big deal. Yep, I spend, you know, $45 on a toothpick. It's fine. Like, there's just a point in my life where I just have to say no. Like, it is actually, and the reason I mention it, like, on a Tati, like, WTF level, I was genuinely tempted. I got the email from Beautylish and I was just like, oh, medium to buildable skincare. I think Sicily might be kind of in a clean beauty sort of thing. I'm not totally sure. I didn't get down the rabbit hole of research because I saw the price tag and I was just like, people on my channel value my values. They value what I think. And spending $170 on an ounce of foundation, it takes away from my credibility. It makes them look crazy. So yeah, like the girl who is writing this review is comparing this to Chanel, La Mer, Hourglass, and La Prairie. So girlfriend's got bucks to throw around on trying new foundations. It's just kind of not where I'm at. I don't know, maybe someday I will get to a point where I'm just like, guys, you get a $170 foundation, and you get a $170 foundation, but right now in my life, that is not where I'm at, and there's just something about recommending something, even if it was like amazing time travel crack on my skin, recommending something that's that expensive to you guys would make me feel uncomfortable, and so that is why I'm not going to be spending my money on this gorgeous Sicily foundation. The next thing that I will not be spending my money on, you guys, is the Dyson curl thing. Again, I was tempted. I really was. I went so far as to go onto Sephora and see whether I could make it something unique. Like if I were to review it on my channel, whether I could have like a hot take on it, you know? I'm a hairstylist, I have thin, fine hair, and it's very sensitive, and I'm growing my hair out, and I don't know. I thought maybe I could do something cool with it. It was sold out anyway. So I just took it as a sign from the universe that I did not need to spend nearly $600, like when you include tax and everything, on a blow dryer. And for the best, really. I watched Leanne do it, and I, of course, really trust her, and she's returning hers. And I was like, okay, yeah, no, that's, it's a gimmick. Like, it's a really, really high quality gimmick, but it is a gimmick nonetheless. And it kind of looks like a cotton candy machine to me, like the way that it kind of grabs your hair and like wraps it all around. Either way, I mean, I can't say that I wasn't interested, because I was definitely interested. Like, it definitely, like, piqued my curiosity. And again, there's this, like, risk-reward thing to being a YouTuber where you're like, if I review something that's really expensive that people really want to know about, then, you know, I'll be the only person in the search results, and then people will watch my video. There's also, like, sanity that you have to calculate in for that, because it's like, if you review something really expensive and people never wanted it in the first place, then they don't really care. They just think you're crazy. And so I had to just kind of go with my gut on it and be like, no. And now it's been reviewed all over YouTube. You can watch dozens of them and go and see whether it kind of like works for your hair or not. I totally understand. One of you guys left me a comment that said it might be good for my kids because it doesn't get very hot. I back it. You know, like, you do you. I'm not saying it's not a useful product. It probably is very useful for a lot of people. I'm just not going to buy it. It's not worth my $600. The next thing that I'm not going to be buying is the Anastasia Sultry palette. It is 7 glitters, a black, which I appreciate, a nice bright white, which I appreciate, and some really pretty kind of like, you know, cool toned neutrals, and one big fat coral that I actually really like, but I own in a lot of different palettes. I don't think this is a bad idea. I think that this is a really pretty palette. Hear me out. One, is it just me, or did this come out like right after the Norvina palette? So like, she puts out this really, you know, hyped palette that everybody was really into, and of course everybody wants to scandalize about it because everybody wants to talk about the Anastasia, like how soft their formula is and how it's really dusty and whatever, because ever since the Subculture palette, it's just like scandal, and like everybody uses their thumbnails as clickbait for it. They're like, is it just Subculture all over again? I'm kind of over it. And also, I own these colors everywhere. I think that if this is your first ever Anastasia palette and you want to experiment with the formulas and stuff, this is a super user-friendly looking color choice. Like, all the colors are very pretty and everyday. Well, not the glitters. There's only so many days in my life that I really want like glitter all over my eyes, and it really gives you a lot of glitter. But, you know, from the, like I say, magpie standpoint of being just like, oh, shiny, and then also from the standpoint of these are wearable neutrals, like, that's awesome, but I don't really like the Anastasia formula. Like, even the nice ones, even Soft Glam, like, things are stuck to things. I don't reach for this palette because it just doesn't do it for me. Like, if we're talking about gorgeous formulas in pretty shades that are easy to use, the Volcano Goddess palette is way friggin' better. I still need to do a freaking get ready with me with some of these bright colors because I haven't gotten to really like do those on camera yet. But just this is such a beautiful neutrals palette. We've already talked about this. That video didn't get a lot of love. But anyway, yeah, these formulas are a dream to work with. The Urban Decay formulas are a dream to work with. The Anastasia formulas are just, they're not that good. I just don't enjoy them. I think that they're frustrating. They blend forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, and it's like when you put a brush on there and you want to just kind of layer some product up, it just goes mud. And it's not a beginner or intermediate kind of formula, even on regular shades. And so it just doesn't really do it for me. So that is why I will not be buying the Sultry palette. Another thing that I'm not going to be buying, you guys, I have been in contact for a long time with a company called Red Earth Beauty. They are everywhere. They're like in Nordstrom and like J. Crew and like Madewell and stuff now. They're all over the place. I think that they're even selling in Ulta now. I have a couple of reservations. So they reached out to me and they were like, you get to be a rep. And this was like a year ago. And I was like, cool, money. I love money. And they sent me some of their products and I was like, these are okay. They were mostly skincare and then like bright lip colors. And you guys know how I feel about bright lip colors. And I tried to make them work. And then I like looked at their website and I was like, wait a second. They're not cruelty free. And like while I still own some non-cruelty free products that I've had for like years and years, which I should probably throw away to be honest, I'm actively, you know, moving that out of my life. And I'm not going to become an affiliate for a company that's not cruelty free. And so I reached out to them and I was like, hey, are you guys cruelty free? And they're like, no, we're based in China. And I was like, okay. So then, I don't know, all of my feelings that were sort of on the fence kind of shifted to the other side. Their packaging is centered around like drugs and cigarettes and matches, which kind of really bothers me. They have like happy pills that are masks, and I've used them and they're not that great. They have like matches, like a matchbook of these weird like lipstick samples. It's very, very gimmicky. And they have like all their little face oils and everything like that come in like a cigarette pack, and it says like get addicted on it, and it's just awful. Recently they reached out to me and they were just like, hey, we're increasing your commission rate, you know, you can make even more money now on this. And I'm just like, I'm still not doing it. I even asked them, I was like, oh doggo, oh doggo. I was like, do you guys have any plans on kind of taking the leap, you know, and becoming cruelty free? And they're like, no. I was like, okay, still not gonna sell anything, sorry. So that is not, I mean, I still get their emails, their rep emails, their affiliate emails all the time being like, hey guys, we came out with this new thing. And like, you know, without fail, they kind of pop up on my Instagram here and there as kind of this up and coming brand that like is being sold at other stores as well, being like, gosh, you gotta try Red Earth. And I kind of feel annoyed, even though it's like an Australian sourced company, their whole thing is this like cockadoo plum, that they call themselves Red Earth. I feel like people are putting the word earth in brand names to make it seem like you don't need to look any further. You do not pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Everything is fine, it's all natural. You don't need to investigate. When really, like, especially that brand, it came in my Birchbox, I think. It's like Love, Beauty, and Earth or something, and they sell it at Target and stuff, and it looks very all natural or whatever. But y'all, it's like made by Procter & Gamble or something, and it's like got, you know, 5 different kinds of sulfates as like the first ingredients, and I'm just like, they literally just put this like earthy packaging on here so that you would feel comfortable. They are coming for our values. If you guys think that, I'm gonna rant here, if you guys think that these brands care about inclusivity, LGBTQ, Black Lives Matter, intersectionality, feminism, if you think that they care about that because that's what they're putting in their ads, you are sorely mistaken. Look at the man behind the curtain, okay? They're doing it because they know it sells. And that is exactly what's happening with a lot of these products where they're saying like, it's pure, it's pure, it's pure, it's pure. See, the word pure, earth, 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 earth. Oh my gosh, we're so organic. Look at the labels. Look at the labels, investigate the companies. I've really shocked myself. I mean, even one person left actually a few people have left comments recently being like, hey, have you tried Origins? And I'm like, dude, Origins is like, it is the man. Like, they are owned by like one of the big, like probably Estee Lauder or something like that. And there are companies that are owned by those companies who still can maintain their cruelty-free status, but that's not one of them. And like Prescriptives, you know, Prescriptives makes itself sound like, oh, we're so all natural. It's like, not at all, not at all. And so just kind of keep those things in mind and be careful. And we're not going to be talking about, like, I'm not going to ever be like featuring a Red Earth product on my channel, even though they look like they're really pure and organic. They are made in China, and they are trying to make you think that you're getting some kind of like natural thing from Australia. I don't know. It's another thing that I'm not going to be buying. The James Charles Morphe palette. You guys, I am sure that it is gorgeous. I'm sure. I'm so sure. He is an exacting human. He is some kind of old soul. He's like the reincarnation of Kevin Kwan. I don't know. I still don't want that palette. It's so big and it's so silly and it's so excessive and it's still so Morphe at the end of the day. And I am so proud of him. Like, God bless little baby James Charles for being this incredible success that he is, and for dealing with the drama as well as he does, and being able to kind of grow in the spotlight as well as he has. I think he does a pretty good job of being kind of a role model where he is in his audience and in his age group. He does a really, really good job. But I still just don't care about that palette. It's just a bunch of rainbow colors. It's really an all-in-one palette for someone who needs to start kind of building their collection, and Lord knows I don't need to build my collection. Me and James Charles have very, very different aesthetics. He's not exactly going for dewy. I am so happy for him as someone who doesn't know him. I'm still very happy for him for getting that partnership, taking it where he has, and being as reputable of a makeup artist as he is. But A, I am not a makeup artist. I am just a human who likes to play with makeup. And B, I have no use for all of those colors. Like, that's just not something that I would spend my money on. So I think that it's a really, really exciting palette for somebody who is kind of starting to build their collection. I think that, you know, as Morphe shadows go, I guarantee you, after all the scandal with Jaclyn Hill and with him being as just really, really fastidious as he is, I bet you that palette is gorgeous. And if it's in Ulta, which I think that it is, I will probably stick my fingers in it and just kind of see what they're like. But I'm exhausted. And that is the last freaking thing I need, is some kind of gigantic rainbow-ass palette in my collection. And the final thing that I will not be buying, and this is totally personal preference, I am not, and in any way, I'm not knocking buying these things for you guys. Like, do whatever you want. This is just what I'm not buying. I'm not going for any of the, like, Sephora kits, the holiday kits that are just like, here's all of these highlighters, here's all of these bronzers, here's all of these lip products, here's all these perfumes. I think that they're a really cool idea if that's something that you're interested in. They make pretty cool gifts, like it's a fun thing to open up. But as someone who is trying to declutter my brain and kind of minimize, there's really nothing worse than samples. I hate samples. I'm getting so over samples. Like, there are samples in my life that I haven't subscribed to a samples box in probably like 5 months, but I still find them just rolling around everywhere. Like, they just open a drawer and it's just like 5 of these like little dumb things that I've never used, and I feel guilty for not using them, and I feel like dumb for having them around, and I'm just tired. Sometimes those boxes have full-size things in them, and if that's something that you want and you still want to try all the other stuff, that's cool too. I've gotten, like, I don't know, I did one that was like it had a bunch of different bronzy things in it. There was like a Becca highlighter and a lip gloss, and there was like I don't remember, but it was years and years ago, and it was, you know, they're a good value if that's something that, if you're like into all of those products. But I'm so tired of tiny products. I'm so tired of having, I'm looking at my desk right now, I'm just surrounded by crap. There's just so much stuff, and it's not just because I'm a beauty guru. I still am annoyed by samples, and yes, I've definitely bought plenty of things that I have discovered through Birchbox, and I'm not gonna say that like I'm never gonna go there again. In this current moment in my life, that is so not tempting. I'm like, you know, perusing Sephora's website, and there's just literally nothing tempting about getting a big box of tiny things. It just troubles my brain. So this has probably come off as a big rant, but I always think that when I do these videos, I'm always like, wow, that was a really negative video, and then you guys are like, this was awesome, and I'm just like, sweet, cool, I love you guys. So I hope that this was fun. That's all it's supposed to be. It's just supposed to be fun. It's Black Friday. We're all inundated with the obligation to buy things for ourselves and our family and for our festivities and whatnot, and I do not think that there's anything necessarily wrong with that, but I do think that there's some value in kind of taking a bird's eye view and forgiving yourself for being exhausted by it, even though it's only stinking Black Friday. So guys, I hope that this was fun for you. I enjoyed doing it, and let me know down below what you won't be buying this Black Friday. Like, what are you friggin' sick of? I know that 2018 has been the year of fast fashion when it comes to makeup, and most of us are done, you know? So let me know either what, well, maybe both, what you're totally done with, because there's probably things that I'm, you know, just not quite exhausted enough of yet, and also what makes the cut for you. You know, if you're getting rid of 5 beauty products, what are you buying? And let me know, because that's pretty cool and exciting, and I want to know. If you guys enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. If you want to keep hanging out with me on this channel, hit the button down below and subscribe. I would love it if you guys did. I hope you had an amazing Thanksgiving if you're in America. I hope that you at least are having a phenomenal Friday, if you're not. And I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching today and for hanging out with me during this, you know, silly fun video. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.